Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to race 7 of the 1975 season. This time we are in a country I bet you didn't know hosted Grand Prix. Not many people knew that this place hosted Grand Prix. So if it's clear behind, let the Lotus go. We'll head out onto the track, and you guys can experience Anderstop, which is the Swedish Grand Prix track. Yeah, believe it or not, Sweden had a Grand Prix. Clearly down some sort of runway. But, actually, why am I complaining about it being down a runway? I mean, Silverstone is an old airfield. Oh, that's quite a tight break. Is someone going to the back of me? No. Here we go. Yeah, the Swedish Grand Prix. The only fact I know about the Swedish Grand Prix is the following year in 1976. The race will be won, in fact it will be first and second, will be the Tyrrells in the P34s, in the six-wheelers. So that's the only fact I know about the Swedish Grand Prix, is that the six-wheeled Tyrrell actually came first and, I think first and second, it definitely came first. And I think it was that car's only podium. But yeah, this is where the six-wheeled Tyrrell did well. And where I feel like I'm going to struggle, it's quite bumpy, very cambered corners. Still getting used to the car as well. I did a little warm up to make sure everything was fine, but it was in a 2006 car, so I'm having to get used to the car again. Okay, the track goes that way. Speaking of the Tyrrells, so, because I don't have much to talk about with this, I'm going to do a few laps, and I'll come back to you during one of the laps maybe, or qualifying, either or, but I'll try and speed this up for you as well, because I know that a few of the videos have been like half an hour. Okay, so, we're in qualifying now. It's a really difficult track. It's actually really difficult. Really cambered and really bumpy, so I'm going to end up using this entire 16 minutes of quali to try and figure this out. Also, this pit exit comes out here, and the exit to turn 1 is there, so you actually come in further down the runway. So that's part of it. So I'll do the out lap, and we'll see if we can do a fast lap, but it's I wasn't too quick in practice. Okay, so last corner. The BRM got ahead of me, but that's alright. So come up here, you've got the brake actually a fair bit before that bridge. Down a second, around the long banked right hander. You can see how bumpy it is as well, onto the runway. That's a good habit I have. Every time I'm pulling on, I keep checking in my mirror to see if someone's coming out the pits. There isn't, but it's habit from pulling on the motorways. So, get to the cones and brake to second. There's a bump halfway through the corner, which just doesn't help. Coming to here, this can third or second, depending how you're feeling. Probably second. Past the control tower. I'm actually going to drop it into second for this corner. Kick of oversteer. Over to fourth, and then brake back down to third. I'm going too high, this is going to compromise me and my run out, and the Lotus is going to be right behind me. Come up to the cones. and brake to second. See if you can hold it, but you can't. So that lap's a goner. But so that one's second, and then this one is up to third. Very, very long. It's tighter at the exit. And then hard brake down second gear, slow second gear corner. To flick it round, head back towards the start finish line. You've got to brake very early. It's so easy to A, spin because there's so many bumps on this corner, and also you can just run wide on it. If you run wide to banked corner, you're buggered. I mean, even the runway is bumpy. It's a really, really bumpy track, so it really unsettles the car. And that's why I thought a couple of times that I got hit up the back as well. It feels like I'm being hit up the back by another car, but it's not. It's generally the bumps of the track. So I just need to... if I'd held that, that would have been great. If I'd held that, that would have been great. Alright, I'm going to keep practicing. Keep practicing and try and get a better quality time.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Still 15th. Haven't really improved, but yeah, that was a close call there. This lap's ruined as well because I had to cut that corner, so. But I'm losing time through some of the corners where I just don't have confidence in the car. That's the problem. And things like that, little twitches like that, I don't have confidence in it. Okay, where's the pit entrance? Because I'm going to do what I should have done during practice, and I've only got 5 minutes to do and test this. Is I'm gonna change some things up, like the suspension and the anti-roll bar, because it explains what they do actually. So I'm going to see what they do and see what I can change.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so I've changed the rear alignment and toe, I think, of the rear wheels to see if that helps. I haven't really done anything with this suspension because I was aware that I was running out of time. So I've got to see if this helps. I should have done this during practice, but oh well. Ooh. Feels like it does brake better. It definitely brakes better. Well, it's definitely grippier and more controlled. Feels a little bit more sluggish, but it is... that has helped. I've given it more grip at the back. Excuse me. I know you're impatient to do your lap, but... so that doesn't affect the run-up, it's not a fast run-up. Can't see what the last lap is. I don't know if I'll have time for another lap or not. Feel like I won't. No, a lot more grip here. Right decision, right decision. It was very jumpy and the back was very skittish, so yeah, flattened out the tyres more, I think, gave it less camber. I mean, less camber and less toe, and it seems to have solved the problem. If I had more time, I'd look at eliminating the understeer, but quite frankly, I'm happy that it's not going to just try and jump and kill me. No, we're not going to make it. We're just going to run out of time. And that didn't improve us, and I spun. Okay, so 15th on the grid unless someone behind me improves. But oh well, it's going to be a fun race. I'm going to be in the middle of the pack. Okay, so on the grid we are. And it is Carlos Reusman who set the fastest time. He set that right at the end. So did John Watson in the 30s. He's second. And then it's Mass, Emmerson Fittipaldi, Peterson, X, Pache, Regazzoni, Scheckter, Price, Evans, Hunt, Lafitte, Bambrini, me, Delaper, Lauda, Lombardi. Yeah, so Delaper is there and Lombardi is in the back, along with Niki Lauda. Not sure why Niki Lauda was all the way at the back. Sad for him. Particularly that his teammate is 8th. So, yeah, oh god, it's a 20 lap race. So, let's see how we do for the Swedish Grand Prix. Bambrini doesn't get away. They're a clean start otherwise apart from Bambrini. We'll head down. I think that's James Hunt in front of me. Just going to try and stick to the back of the pack. There's James Hunt. Oh, I couldn't hear my own gears over the sound of the Hesketh. No, I can't go down the inside. I've got to go around. Can't really sneak up the inside there. Bit of a procession, not many overtaking spots on this track. Try down the inside of the final corner. That seems to have worked. We'll come to a standstill because of Bambrini. I'm going to try and knock him out the way, see if that helps. Okay, so we are 11th, so we made up quite a few places. A lot of them slow down for Bambrini. The AI would do that. If it's not an overtaking spot, typically, they will just try and figure out what they need to do. And that it's a yellow flag as well, so they're like, can I overtake this person? They're not sure when that happens. But hopefully the game will remove Bambrini soon. Yeah, we gained, was that 5 places? Yeah, from 15th to 11th. No, 4 places, 15th to 11th. No, it doesn't seem like that many. Felt like I did that on track more than when everyone got stuck behind Bambrini, but Just need to keep going. Remember, 6th place is where the points come in. So, got to keep going and try and get 6th place. It's going to be a big ask. Again, Bambini's out the way, sort of out the way. People are still are getting past him fast though, so he's still on the grid, but at least people are passing him. And that's the thing. In 1970s F1, they would have done that. They wouldn't have left it there, but they would have pushed it to the side of the track and be like, okay, drivers, just don't drive into this guy. None of this virtual safety car malarkey. Oh, only be careful, I've got Hunter Shunt coming up on me inside. He struggled around that corner as well. Just got to try desperately defend it from James Hunt. I need to figure out as well where I'm losing all the time, because it's quite tense. I can just see this white, blue and red Hesketh just popping itself in my mirrors every now and again.
I've just been in this place before.
Nice. That's the thing with these F1 cars as well. There's some downforce, but not a huge amount, so you can drift them. And there's quite been a lot of drifting around this track. Even the AI do it, so it's sort of part of the characteristics of these cars. No, he's going to get me on the inside of this corner. No! Damn it, I spun! He just didn't give me any room. Not really, anyway. I'm the second to last runner. Quite a few people are out. I'm the second to last runner. Lombardi is still behind me somewhere. She's just crossed the start finish line now, so I'm a decent bit ahead, but still not really in a good position. And I feel it is just lack of pace. It's not like in Spain where I kept making mistakes that made me come out the back, or Monaco where I got entangled with Leila Lombardi and that forced me at the back. This is for one of the first actual times a genuine pace thing. It's not on pace with the other drivers. Okay, so lap 11 now. And... oh my Christ. Okay, so I'm about 20 seconds behind James Hunt. He's managed to pull out a 20-second lead. And Leila Lombardi is gaining. She's... a few laps ago was 10 seconds. She's now 7 seconds behind. So... I'm slower even than Leila Lombardi. So... this isn't going great. I've just got to try and keep up. Hope that she won't gain within the next 10 laps. And... if she does, I just need to defend. Because she can catch up, but then it's a matter of passing as well. So... let's see how it goes. But it's going to be pretty uneventful from my end. Because there's no one... I'm not really racing anybody. So all I've had to race was James Hunt and that. But it's almost the opposite of Belgium last time out, because that I didn't get to race anybody. That's because I was up front. This time it's sadly different. I'm at the back this time. Still, I keep looking up and seeing 12th out of 18. And I'm like, tell you what, if someone finished 12th nowadays, so like in a Haas or a Williams, and they finished 12th, they'd call that a good result. So, as we go on to lap 15, some good news and bad news. I don't need to worry about Lombardi anymore. She is in the pits. She's retired for whatever reason. That's good news because I'm not going to be lower than 12. Bad news is I am stone dead last, about 30 seconds behind Hunt. So that's not really good news. So yeah. So apologies if this is a much more boring race, but yeah, and again, like I said, it's not like Spain. I've not crashed or spot. I had one spin trying to defend from Hunt. That's been my only mistake. It's just pace alone this time out, and I think this is the only race where it's been pace alone and not like making mistakes. I guess Brazil was on pace, wasn't it? I think I made a couple of I can't remember if I made a couple of mistakes in Brazil, but okay, so 2 laps to go, and my goal now is just not be lapped. I guess if I am lapped, this means this will be my last one. I think I'm all right. I'm a minute behind the leader, and it's a minute 30 laps, so, well, I'll do a minute 30 laps. Oh, and as you join me back on the car, it was like one of my only mistakes. I made a couple of small ones similar to it, but that's sort of the biggest one of its type. I feel embarrassed. It's sort of embarrassingly slow. This is I'm trying my best. You can see the rest of the cars going along. That's James Hunt. I'm about half a lap behind him. Okay, here we go. Final lap. I myself have not been lapped, so I at least get to complete all 20 laps. And if you look over to your right side, you will be able to see the other cars, and you'll be able to see James Hunt, who is the car in front of you. Oh dear. So yeah, this hasn't been a good race, and it's because of pace alone. Yeah, I think the only other race that was similar to this was Brazil, potentially. The others either had something big went wrong, or I crashed a lot, or something. This one has genuinely just been pace. There's James Hunt having finished. So I am the last car running. Oh god, I'm doing terrible now that I know that this part is going to be in the video, definitely. Doing terrible now. Look, there's the moon. And across the line, 12th overall. Not the end of the world, but also not great. So Carlos Reutemann won that race. In the Brabham, along with John Watson and Jochen Mass finishing the podium. Rest of the points go to Ronnie Peterson, Emmerson Fittipaldi, and Carlos Pache. Hey, 2 Brabhams and 2 McLarens in the points. Then you got Jackie X, Regazzoni, Scheckter, Price, James Hunt, and myself. Nice, 69 seconds. Behind Reutemann. Nice. Leila Lombardi went out on lap 11, and other retirements were Bob Evans, Jacques Lafitte, Matilda Bambrini, Delaper, and Niki Lauda. They sadly didn't. Yeah, they DNF'd. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. Bit of a bad race. But this now also marks the halfway point of the season. It's a 14 race season, and this is race 7. So we're now going into the second half of the season. So I'll see you for the second half of the season for Zandvoort in the Netherlands. So see you at that track.